Welcome back to my channel, everybody. I am your girl, Molinda Jae. And yeah, I just got through yawning not too long ago. But I'm here to bring you all a topic to discuss with David's Bridal filing for bankruptcy and may close Washington locations and lay off 9,000 employees. So let's go ahead and get into this situation that is unfolding. So this is coming from the News Tribune, and it reads, longtime national bridal corporation David's Bridal needs a buyer to say I do after filing for bankruptcy and announcing the potential closure of stores across the country. The closures could lead to more than 9,000 layoffs. The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy on April 17 and notified the Employment Security Department of impending job losses. Bankruptcy filing court showed that the company is in debt and is not making enough profit to stay in business. You know why? Because I'm gonna tell y'all once I get done reading this. I was about to tell y'all, now wait till I get done reading this. The CEO, Jim Marcum, offers reasons David Bridal has not been able to sustain itself, include fewer engagements per year, the significant changes in wedding industry. Studies suggest that the marriage rate in the United States has fallen from 60% in the last 50 years. That is very damning. Okay. It's also becoming much more common to have less formal ceremonies, and trends show more people having thrifting for wedding attire. The company already had been struggling financially before the panoramic happened and had filed for bankruptcy protection in November 2018. It emerged 2 months after that, shedding $434 million in debt, only to be slammed by the panoramic shutdowns. Our business continues to be challenged by the most post-COVID environment and uncertain economic conditions, leading us to take this step to identify a buyer who can continue to operate our business going forward, Marcum stated in a press release. We are determined to stay focused on our future because we believe we have an important role to ensure that every bride, no matter her budget, can have her perfect dress. Since the C-19 panoramic, inflation rates in the U.S. have been at their highest since the early 80s. All current orders will be fulfilled according to David's Bridal. Gift cards, returns, and exchanges will be honored, and online program like Pearl will continue as normal. In the next few months, the company may close locations permanently and lay off employees if no buyers comes forward. It's not yet clear which locations could be closed first. David's Bridal location in Washington State include Kennewick, Tri-Cities Shopping Center in Canal Drive, Linwood, Alderwood Parkway Plaza, Spokane, Market Point 2 on Indiana Avenue, Tacoma Mall in Steele Street, and Tukwila Parkway Center on South Center Parkway. This week's bankruptcy declaration said about 25% of brides in the United States wear a David's Bridal gown at their wedding, and approximately 87% of brides visit the company's website at least once during their wedding planning process. Okay, girl, what in the world? Okay, and then I also have peeped the Bed Bath & Beyond stores are closing soon as well, which I figured that was going to happen due to the unfortunate demise of the CFO of Bed Bath & Beyond, which he basically deleted himself by jumping off a building. So because he felt like it was overwhelmed, he ended up taking a job within, the panoramic time. Okay, so let me stop sharing that. So David's Bridal filed for bankruptcy. What does this mean for brides and their dresses? So as of David's Bridal takes another walk down the bankruptcy aisle, dang, that's shady. That's so shady right there. With stores closing possible, what does this all mean for the Charlotte area brides? There are 2 David's Bridal stores in Mecklenburg County, one in Northcrest Shopping Center, and in Charlotte, the other in Centrum Shopping Center in Pineville. The company sells bridal gowns ranging from $199 to over $2,000, according to bankruptcy court documents. It's also known for prom gowns and other formal wear. Okay, so here is the bankruptcy court filing that Yahoo Entertainment has obtained. And this was entered on the 17th and it was filed on the 17th. District of New Jersey, Chapter 11, voluntary petition for non-individuals filing for bankruptcy, David's Bridal LLC. Of course, there's their EIN number. And let's see, the debtor's address, the principal place of address is in Pennsylvania. Let's see, of course, the URL, type of debtor is corporation, including limited liability company and limited liability partnership, because I'm pretty sure they have franchisees as well. Let's see what else. Describe of the business, none of the above. The NAIC, the North American Industry Classification System, is a 4-digit code that describes so this code right here describes the entity of the business, of David's Bridal's business. And because when you look up the North American Industry Classification System, it's a whole bunch of NAICS codes, okay? That's what they call it, NAICS codes. So with 4481 NAICS code, let me see if I can look that up for you all. Family clothing stores. There we go. Here is the NAICS code for David's Bridal, right here. 4811. Let me bold it. Okay, here we go. Yeah, 4481 clothing store. There's 180,650 U.S. business entities that are selling clothes that are considered clothing stores. So that's where that code follows under in the NAICS code description. Okay. And again, that it is the North American, hold on, let me go back to the article. And again, that it is the NAICS codes. It is the North American Industry Classification System. And that just determines the entity of the business entity. Where does the business fall into within the NAICS code? Okay. To remain in good standing. I believe so. I believe that's how that works. Also, there is, let's see, under which chapter of one of the bankruptcy code? Chapter 11. Of course, were the proper bankruptcy filed by or against the debitor within 8 years? Yes. And as mentioned in the previous article in 2018. And let's see, are any bankruptcy cases pending or being filed by the business partner or an affiliate of the debitor? Yes. And this is C. Rider 3, an affiliate, District of New Jersey. Why is the case filed in this district? The debitor is domicile, principal place of business, or principal assets in this district for 180 days immediately preceding the date of this petition, for a longer part of such 180 days in any other district. And the list goes on and on and on. Like, I had to do a separate video. Well, I am doing a separate video on this, but as far as like breaking this stuff down, I wouldn't mind doing that. I wouldn't mind breaking this down. Okay, because this is part of, filing a business, getting into business. You have to do all this, okay? And of course, the CEO has basically signed, sealed, and gave his stamp of approval of this. But yeah, Yahoo Entertainment has obtained the document, 34 pages. We'll go through it on another day because I'm literally recording this in the early morning hours, okay? So over the past 5 years, Charlotte area-based bridal parties found themselves without wedding gowns and bridesmaids' dresses and no refunds. When other bridal shops suddenly closed, the local Davis Bridal store referred questions to the corporate office on Tuesdays. Customers should not expect to see any change in service. David Bridal spokeswoman Laura McKeever told the Charlotte Observer, "We expect the dresses to arrive on time and bridal appointments will not be impacted," she said late Tuesday. Here's what else to know about Davis Bridal's bankruptcy and its impact on customers. What is going on with David Bridal's bankruptcy? Well, on Monday, David Bridal filed for a bankruptcy, Chapter 11, and U.S. bankruptcy court for the District of New Jersey in a $257 million debt. It is the second time the Pennsylvania-based women's formal apparel retailer has filed for bankruptcy protection in 5 years. In the court filings, David CEO James Marcom cited the lingering effects of the CD shutdowns, along with factors like changing consumer behavior, including less formal weddings, falling marriage rate, plus high record inflation, as strains on wedding industry and the company itself. If David Bridal doesn't find a buyer, it would turn to an orderly liquidation of its assets, meaning going out of business, which includes store closing, according to court documents. Okay. And the 73-year-old company is the largest U.S. bridal store chain with 294 stores in the U.S., Canada, and United Kingdom. David's Bridal also has 8 franchise stores in Mexico. There are 10 stores in North Carolina and 5 in South Carolina, including Columbia, Spartanburg, and Greenville. So, like the show Yes to the Dress, okay, that's where they would get majority of their clients is from that show. Is that still on, by the way? Yes to the Dress? Is that still on? Will there be layoffs at the store? David's Bridal has about 10,000 employees company-wide, with approximately 2,000 full-time and 8,000 part-time, court documents show. The company plans to lay off most of them. 9,236 employees, national news outlet reported last week. More than half are stylists, alteration specialists, and customer service representatives in 3 phases. The Worker Adjustment and Restraining Notification Act, aka WARN, filed Monday with North Carolina Department of Commerce. The layoffs start this month through August. At this time, it's uncertain whether the company will be ceasing operations entirely or the closure will be limited to certain locations. Andrea Daphne, Senior Vice President of Human Resources for Davis Bridal, said the WARN report store layoffs would be effective August 11th. The report does not include the total number of jobs affected in North Carolina. Instead, listed the number of employees and types of position company-wide. The WARN Act notices are conditional. Davis Bridal is in the process of evaluating a strategic options, including a sale or potential wind down of some or all of the business, according to court documents. What does this mean for restructuring for the customers? On the FAQs website, while we are exploring the sale of our company in a transparent, court-supervised process, our stores are open and we intend to fulfill orders without disruption or delay. David's Bridal provides a number to call for restructuring questions. However, a message says announcement. No one is available to take your call. Thank you. Goodbye. Oh, okay. Let me read that with the answer machine. Okay, it reads announcement. No one is available to take your call. Thank you. Goodbye. Okay, continue on. Are David's Bridal stores open? David Bridal stores are operating as usual to fulfill all customers' orders, Marcon said in court filings. Following the 2008 bankruptcy, David's Bridal remodeling and modernizing its stores and expanding online sale initiatives. Orders are also being accepted online. Another question, will I get my dress on time? Delivering every order on time remains the focus of the company restructuring website. Is the wedding planning still available? David's Bridal online planning platform and vendor marketplace Pearl is available according to company news release. What about loyalty programs, gift cards return? The loyalty programs, Diamond members can continue to earn and redeem rewards, like a free honeymoon. The company also continues to accept gift cards, returns, and exchanges. If you need help with the order, you can, it says with the Charlotte store Facebook page, we intend to fulfill all orders without disruption. And of course, this is the contact information to further assist. Now, questions about existing orders or status of alterations are available by texting hello to that number and emailing customer care, as well as calling the number that is highlighted. And how can you find the bankruptcy news and other updates? Well, the information about the Chapter 11 bridals process is available right here, okay? Which I'll definitely be going through and tapping into that note. So, my thoughts about this situation here, due to people not getting married as much, and people are basically balling on the budget or being frugally conscious about how to go about their holy matrimony union. Okay, hence I did attend my cousin's wedding this past weekend, and it was simple but cute, simple but intimate. All right, could have been no more than 100 people there, at least. I'd say at least no more than 100 people being there. But at the end of the day, people are starting to be frugally or just being brutally honest, not only with themselves on whether they want to be in a marriage or not, as well as being on the budget. There are more people going to the justice of the peace, like Simone Biles did with her now husband. They went to the justice of the peace, and I'm pretty sure she probably got the dress from David's Bridal, or she probably just went to a store that had a dress that gave a bridal-like manner and then was within the budget. Nothing extravagant, just enough to say I do and have a keepsake and keep it pushing. So yeah, this just goes to show with companies needing to get move within the times that we are living in. Y'all can blame inflation all y'all want to, but the wages are not matching the standard of living. Let's call a thing a thing. And I'm talking about the federal wage as well. It is not matching up the standard of living. So again, y'all can call inflation all y'all want to, but at the end of the day, there is a need to adapt to the times that we are in. And until people will stop being greedy in the midst of that, we can probably get somewhere, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody is so quick to be a millionaire and billionaire, and at the end of the day, I mean, someone's got to pay in the end, and it's always usually the consumer and the taxpayer. So make it make sense on that. But yeah, people are being being very conscious on where and how they want to spend their money when it comes to getting married at this point. They're going to the justice of the peace and getting it done already. And if they have a wedding, an actual wedding with the planning process and all that stuff, they're doing it on a smaller scale at this point. Okay, they're doing it at a smaller scale. But at the end of the day, it's all about the union. Because that's what is going to last, not the dress, not the food, the drinks, and all of that. That's just an incentive, but it's the union that counts in the end, and the covenant that you have with divine source as well. So those are my thoughts with the David's Bridal situation of them filing for bankruptcy, Chapter 11. Hopefully they'll be able to find a buyer, because that is a lot of people's jobs at stake at this moment. And there's already enough going on around with companies just laying off employees to either scale down or filing for bankruptcy or going out of business at this point. So yeah, with that being said, that's all I have for you guys. Feel free to comment, chime down in there in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.